There you go. Hey, brother. Can you hear me? Check, check.
Yeah,
All right. Blessings, brother. How you doing?
pretty good, pretty good, pretty
Yeah,
good.
pretty good despite the circumstance.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, well, thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother, for joining us for this event, my brother. So I'm just gonna greet them and um just introduce you, and then you speak for however long you need, 15, 20 minutes. I'm not you, you know. Or you were
All
here
right.
yesterday, so you kind of saw
Mhm.
how Brother Kemet spoke, and then we try to have a discussion. I would love to encourage more people to discuss and really treat this not as like a religious day, right, but as a day we get to um, do that work of healing, right? So,
Right, right, right.
all right.
Yeah, but the way you handled it yesterday is fine, and that's the way you have to realize, you know, some just being there. People get what I would say all the fingers are not equal, and so you just
Mhm.
create a space and let people just come in and get what it is that their
Mm.
spirit needs.
Mm.
Some people, like you saw, brother Derek was there with his wife and kids, and and they were just there, and that's a whole different thing that's going on. And the other sister talked about being there with her daughters, and you
Mm.
know, so it might just be one person, speaking and speaking back and contributing, but trust me, the spirit is working. Some
Mhm.
people are there just to listen, some people are there with their families,
Yes.
participating in community.
Yes.
um and yeah, and so that's okay.
Okay. Okay. There you go. See,
Yeah,
that's I had to hear those words. I get
yeah.
nervous sometimes.
And
All
so,
right. Well, I'll let them in as soon as they start logging in, and
mm-mm.
man, that was just heavy news yesterday, man. Heavy news.
Yeah, yeah. And what
Mm.
you want to do also, perhaps at the end of every day, like at the end of tonight, you remind people about the next day.
Mm.
Please, come join us again.
Okay.
Share the link, bring more people in, that type of thing,
Yes.
and let them, you know.
Yes.
So join us
Okay.
again tomorrow. Da 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 da. You teach the
I
speaker.
try to do a little of that, but I could definitely hearken on that. And then,
Mm.
but I don't know. Here, let me ask you a question. Shouldn't bring up the next principle today, right? Just let it be, right?
No, no, no. At the end, when you're saying, when you're wrapping up, you let them know, Kwanzaa is all the 7 days, and now
Yes.
we've wrapped up the second day. Tomorrow's principle will be so so so. We can
Okay.
have the
Okay.
speaker. We invite all of you to continue, join us in community, that type of thing. And please
Mm.
share, feel free to invite as many people as possible and share the link, or bring people over to your house and let them all plug in and celebrate, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just
Mm-hmm.
be part of
Yes,
what's
sir.
going on. Yeah.
Okay. I listen. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me just get some nuts and bolts ready, and
All
then we'll
right.
start
Yeah.
letting
Do your
people
thing. And
in.
yeah, I prepared something. Me, I'm always.
Oh, oh yeah. Do you need me
So.
to allow you? Oh yeah, I can make you co-host, and
Oh
that.
no, no, no! I'm not gonna. I'm not sharing a screen. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying I prepared a formal
Oh,
presentation.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna talk through
Hmm.
it. Yeah.
All
So,
right. That and
but
that's
go
fine.
ahead and do your thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm
All
just
right.
gonna go off camera.
Yes. Mm, mm. Hey, Chika, if you're still there, do you see me sharing screen?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes. I see the slide up there.
okay. All
The
right. Just
Kwanzaa
check.
celebration. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay. And then so Baba Kemet, he just kind of asked people a question to try to um, engage the community. So if you want to do that, that's fine. But I also have some backup questions just to ask the community to see, just to have that conversation piece.
Right. Yeah. When I have a formal talk I want to
Okay.
give on, Kujijangalia and
Mm.
self-determination,
Oh, I appreciate that.
and then what it is, and reflecting on it and that type of thing. And so then after that, then I'll pass it back to you, and then you
Hmm.
can um,
Yep. And
maybe push
this
it
would be
further.
it. See, I think this is what you're talking about too. Is like, you need to do this work at home. Bring some family. Tell a friend. Yeah. And we have options for becoming a member if they would like to. I did want to inform the community. We have a volunteering day, and we want to do a workshop like this too in February again. So
Good.
yeah, definitely.
Oh, by the way, I know you guys had mentioned or asked me if I would be willing to join the board. Um, I don't know if that is still, and I said yes to that.
Yes.
I will need a formal letter, because by January 15th, because I'm on some advisory boards, where I have to fill out a form of all my
Mm,
affiliations, kind of a declaration. So I want to make sure that I include this in that so that they know, because I advise the National Endowment for the Arts and some of
okay.
the government agencies. They want to know, just for their
Yeah, yeah.
records that,
Formalize it. Okay.
yeah, whatever boards I'm on, I need
Um,
to let them
and so
know that.
yeah, because we don't have our doors open quite yet, so we've been making requests for board members, but we haven't officially started the board
Okay.
yet. So um, yeah, as soon as we have day one, but you know what? I do hear you. You said just to formalize the process, we can make that. Yeah, let me speak to.
Even if it's just an email, I'm just saying I just need to, when I do my declaration of
Mm,
affiliations, I want to make sure I include this, because
okay,
otherwise it will,
okay,
well, I know I think my next opportunity will be mid-year to also do an update on that form that I submit to them. But
okay.
I want to, you know, if I've said yes, or if I'm on a really kind of board, I want to, just
Okay.
for transparency,
Yeah.
list all of that for them
Yeah.
to say, yes, I'm affiliated to
Yeah.
this organization, I'm affiliated to this, that kind of a thing.
Okay.
So just
I
FYI. So even if it's just an email or something,
okay.
that
You
way
know what? Let me just do a double down and just
yeah. But
right.
I have till January 15th or 18th or
Oh,
something.
okay.
Yeah. Right.
They did make me secretary. So secretary needs to all right. I appreciate you, brother Chike, very much, very much. All that you do too. Um, okay, got you. Notice taken. You
Right.
said January 15th too, huh?
Right, yeah, I think it's January 15th or something there. Somewhere mid-January is when I need to submit the forms are open now, but we have till mid-January to submit those forms pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, got it, brother. I know that's how it works. So thank you. All right. Okay. All right. We got one person in the waiting room. Last time people showed up like 7 minutes late, but we'll see how this goes. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm gonna wait exactly until 7 to start letting people in, even though I'm okay. Mhm.
Oh, also, if for Black Family Day, we're trying to start Black Family Day this year. The first hour is going to be like a gospel hour where we want to showcase some of our choirs from the local churches.
Mm,
We're going to have like a $500 honorarium for them. So we're going to have Bible Way, and then
yeah.
Nigerian
Oh,
community is going to be there. So if there's any choir that um,
oh,
that we can also.
probably manuals. Manuals.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
trying to. We have two more slots that we want to fill.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think Maranatha has it right now as far as
Uh,
children. So yeah, but there's a small group at Emmanuel. Yeah, but Bible way, yeah, they're doing it. Those kids are singing.
Yeah.
They singing.
Sure. All right.
Okay. All right, let's go. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining us a little bit early. So we just gonna, greet. Habari Gani is the term we use to greet each other during this season. So Habari Gani, which means what's the news? What's the news? And that's intentional, right? To have us speak and tell us what's going on with you. It's not just a hello. It's a Habari Gani. So welcome. Still letting people in the room. All right, welcome. Hey, Elder. Good to see you. Your name in the. All right, well, blessings. I'm still letting people in the room. I'm really excited about tonight. We're recognizing the second principle of Kwanzaa tonight, day 2. Day 1 was very powerful. Day 1, we came together, people from East Coast to West Coast. Baba Kemet spoke from Hawaii. We had people from Maryland, but it was a good space where we got to honor the principle of unity. But today, we got day 2. Who's familiar with what the principle is for day 2? Put in the chat. If you know day 2, what is the principle of Kwanzaa day 2?
Kujijangalia.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Reverend Pinkston, how's it going?
All right. How are you, young man?
Good to see you, sir.
Blessings.
Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa.
Indeed.
Blessings. Welcome. People coming in the room. We're all coming from different levels of Kwanzaa, if there's really levels. But how many years have you? Is this the first time going through the principles for you this year? Put in the chat first year. How many years have you been recognizing Kwanzaa? There's some vets in the room. You put in the chat. But welcome. The word we use to check in during Kwanzaa is Habari Gani. What's the news? So share, how you doing? And it's a real check-in, not the fake check-in that people do, like, how are you? And really want to know the news. No, we want to Habari Gani. We want to know the news. How are you doing? And anybody can speak or just share in the chat. But yeah, the question was in the chat, how many years have you recognized Kwanzaa yourself? And I'm still letting people in the room. Yeah, okay. Respect on that. I see in the chat. Me as well. Like, I've recognized principles of Kwanzaa myself, like individually, but to really walk through the whole celebration of 7 days, I have not done. So, okay. So we got some veterans. I see the chat too. All right, maybe I'll let y'all lead this as well. Just help me as I'm going and learning through this. All right, but yes, welcome. I'm letting people in the room. You know how we show up a little late. I'm not gonna call it what the term is. We're gonna be better. All right, but welcome. Good evening. Thank you for joining us today. For sure, taking that time to, I guess, put in this community work. I was told by an elder to not make this a religious type of thing, but really a time for us to take advantage of it as a community. There was a story that was shared. I'll just share this. I know we had about 12 to 15 people yesterday, so I'm gonna give a couple people that I know they're on their way. But anyways, I was shared a story about how Harriet Tubman, Araminta, if you didn't know her, her first name. All right, so but she used this time as a time of distraction that people had to promote community, liberty, and freedom. Like, this is the time that she was escaping. So we use this time to build our community, and that's what this is supposed to be. So yeah, as we let people in this room, this session is I should say this session is being recorded, so it will be on playback, but we have some people that want to speak on this day, and I'm gonna start in about maybe 5 minutes. But if you wanted to run and grab your emblems at this point, that is appropriate. I got mine already ready behind me. I don't know if you guys are already ready, but we're going to talk about those things as well. But yeah, let me give people a few minutes. So this could be anytime you want to share out. Where are you from? Um, how far you be? Are you in the Silicon Valley, as most of us I think are? But I know this invite was given to the nation. So yeah, definitely share out where are you from. You can put in chat, share it out loud. We got a few minutes to start before I turn it to our presenter of the day. But welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, brother Derek, how are you? You're flying. Were you flying solo today? Where the family? I was enjoying them yesterday.
Hey, brother Chike, how you doing? All right. Yeah, no, they all here. The gang is here. Glad to see
There
you.
you go.
Let me get this.
Hey.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. I guess I didn't disallow that, my brother. what we sharing, my brother? There. Actually, I'm gonna share my welcome screen. And this is just a welcome. I guess I'll wait maybe about a few more minutes, but we'll start right now just with our welcome screen. So Kwanzaa celebration and also a time of community restoration. Like I said, our welcoming slogan or just how we check in with each other is we really ask each other, what's the news? And don't just make it just another greeting, another ritual. This is something we want to ask personally. You know, what's the news for you? But what's the news in your family? What's the news in our community? There's heavy news currently right now, and let me let people in the room. I see some, but heavy news. We've lost a really pillar in our community. Reverend Jeff Moore. Oh, sorry, I'm switching screens, trying to do too much, but I just want to take a moment just to recognize that, and we want to celebrate his life, definitely, and really, really pray for peace for the family. So let me let people in the room, and then I'm gonna introduce you, Brother Chike. If I can just, I guess I can't share and let people in the room. See, I'm learning stuff right now. I'm sorry, I'm trying to. All right, let me. Here we go. All right, let me stop the share real quick and let me let the last people in the room, and then I'm gonna pass it over. Here we go. Bam, bam. Okay, and we're gonna start. Here we go. I think you can't see me personally. All right, am I visible now? You guys can see me? Thumbs
No,
up.
you're still sharing the screen.
Oh, I'm still sharing the screen. Let me get my stuff together.
Oh, somebody's screen says Alan's screen is being shared.
Okay. Let me see if I can stop that, or Mr. Allen, whoever you, if you can stop your sharing. Sorry, I don't have my computer today, so that's why I'm making it a little awkward. I usually be on it, but let me see. I'm gonna stop the broadcast and then start this. Okay. Well, welcome, welcome. I don't want technical difficulties to stop us from celebrating this day. I think I can at least have you guys see me, and you can, yeah, you guys can see me at least. All right. All right. Well,
who's L Allen? Because the screen is distorted screen as a white. I don't know if I'm the only one seeing that.
Yeah, let's see if I can stop that. I should be able to stop that, right, as host?
There you go. Okay.
Okay, there we go. Bam. Thank you. Appreciate you.
And also,
And
if you have everyone mute, because I can hear background noises.
okay, all right. It might be me. So I got a lot of kids in my house too. So they loud. So, they over it. All right. So, well, welcome. And we're going to start. All right. So I want to value your time, respect your time. And this is a time to really set aside that we can really dive into the principles of Kwanzaa. Today, like we said before, our principle of Kwanzaa that we have today is Kujijangalia, which is self-determination. We have a powerful speaker for today. I'm not sure. Are you guys seeing me? I'm trying to figure out the screen. Are we okay with what's being on the screen, or is it still?
We see you and we see other participants.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, let's go with that, and then that's exactly what we want. All right. So, without further ado, we want to really get in that mode of what is self-determination and what does it mean for you, and what does that story look like for you. We want to really, actually, let me do some housekeeping stuff first. We're going to have a speaker. So if you can mute yourself, and after this, please participate as we have some discussion questions that we want everybody to participate in. And without further ado, this man, I can go on down the list on introducing how powerful and how he is consistently doing things for our people that is affecting change. If you've never been to the Silicon Valley Film Festival, please check it out. He is the founder of this event, and it's the most powerful thing I've seen African-wise in our valley. And I just want to just promote and up this man as an elder, as a I would say a wisdom giver. All right, in how he speaks. So I want to, without further ado, I want to introduce Brother Chike.
All right. Thank you, Brother Aaron. I'm really, really excited and honored that I have my mentors here, Reverend Pinkston. I have my big sister, Sister Helen. I think I saw her name pop up somewhere. I hope she's still here. I can't see, but it's just amazing to know that
She's here.
Oh, okay, fantastic. And then of course, just amazing human beings that I can already see on the screen. Derek and his beautiful family, Veronica, and the rest of you all. So when I was asked to speak tonight on this second principle, Kujichagulia, I thought to write something and just give a much more, just pour my thoughts out in form of a reflection. And so let's walk through that, and then we can engage in a conversation. Like I did say, when we talk about self-determination, it's something that really is very dear to my heart, and the work that I've been doing for the last 2 decades speaks to that. It's the fact, when I started the film festival, as Brother Aaron mentioned, about 15 years ago, it was born out of this whole notion and this whole idea that for far too long, our stories have been told through lenses that are far removed from our realities, from very colonized lenses. And so we have been defined and redefined and continue to be defined, by people that are removed from our realities. And they seem to be in this echo chamber of dominant media. And so as people of African ancestry, the way the world sees us, the way our stories have been told, continue to be told through those myopic lenses that have intentionally distorted our history, created blurred perceptions and blurred interpretations of who we are as people of African ancestry. And so this second principle of Kujichagulia, self-determination, is so very important and is rooted right in the center of everything that I've been doing for over 20 something years. And so, brothers and sisters, I'm deeply honored to be sharing this with you as we celebrate the second day of Kwanzaa and center our minds and spirits on this profound principle of Kujijangalia, self-determination. This principle, which is rooted in the Swahili language, is not merely a word or a concept, but it is a call to action. It is a declaration of intent and a way of life. To practice Kujijangalia is to define ourselves, to name ourselves, to create for ourselves, and to speak for ourselves. It is both our birthright and our responsibility. It is a legacy that is handed down to us by our ancestors who refused to be erased, and a gift we must pass on to our children in an unbroken chain. As we gather tonight, I invoke the spirits of those who came before us, as it is our custom to do at this time of Kwanzaa. I invoke the spirits of the warriors, the dreamers, and the builders of freedom. I invoke people like Harriet Tubman, who carved a path to liberation against insurmountable odds. I invoke Frederick Douglass, who spoke the unvarnished truth in this face of injustice. I invoke Ida B. Wells, who fought with pen and power to expose the horrors of lynching. And tonight, I especially invoke Reverend Jethro Moore. And I add him to this list, and the countless unnamed souls who marched, who bled, and prayed for a future they would never see. These heroes, brothers and sisters, exemplified Kujijangalia by refusing to accept the definitions imposed upon them. They redefined themselves, they reshaped their realities, and they reclaimed their humanity. That is self-determination. It is through their unwavering determination that we now are able to see ourselves on this grid and stand on this solid ground of community. The Ubuntu spirit of I am because you are, and since you are, therefore I am, is the ultimate testament to self-determination. Our journey of self-determination does not begin with the shores of America, but it begins in the vast and diverse landscapes of Africa. It begins with the kingdoms that built libraries and universities, while much of the world stumbled in darkness. It begins with our artisans who shaped gold into symbols of divinity. It begins with our storytellers. It begins with our musicians, our dancers, our artists, who wove wisdom into the fabrics of our communities. It begins with our healers, who drew life from the earth. Africa is not just our origin, it is our essence. We must affirm Kujijangalia, and then when we do so, we declare that we are more than the suffering inflicted upon us. We are more than the challenges we face. We are descendants of kings and queens, of mathematicians and philosophers. We are descendants of warriors and visionaries. This is the heritage we carry, and this is the power we must harness. Today, we stand on the shoulders of giants, and the fruits of their sacrifices are evident in every corner of our lives. Take a look around you. It might be your brother or sister, mother or father, auntie, uncle, son, daughter, cousin, nephew, niece. Each and every one of them are giants. They carry the fruits of this race. And the sacrifices are evident in every corner of our lives. Whether we're talking about the scholars amongst us that push the boundaries of knowledge, the teachers amongst us that mold and shape us into the better selves that we can become. We see this self-determination expressed on stage and screen. We see our artists dare to reimagine the world. And we see it in communities across this country where ordinary people work tirelessly to uplift, to inspire, and to heal. But brothers and sisters, tonight, let us not just be content, for we must remember that for every glass ceiling shattered, a new one emerges. For every voice we amplify, another voice is silenced. For every achievement celebrated, the forces of oppression regroup and re-strategize. Kujijangalia, self-determination, is not a destination, it is a journey. It is a perpetual struggle to claim and sustain our rightful place in this world. So what does it mean for us today? It means that we must define our identities in a society that seeks to label us. It means that we must create spaces where our children can see themselves reflected and celebrated. It means owning our own narratives and rejecting distortions of our truth. We must be truth tellers. We must be storytellers. We must carry our own stories and tell our stories. And I salute Brother Derek having his young ones with him. We must have the courage and the foresight to bring our children into spaces such as this, so that they too may hear the truth about who they are. Self-determination demands that we must invest in our communities, we must build our own businesses and educate our young ones. It demands that we fight systemic racism with the same tenacity as those who marched on Selma and those who stood in solidarity in Soweto. And it demands that we must nurture our spirits, drawing strength from our faith, from our families, and from our collective dreams. We must hold hands together in the spirit of Ubuntu. So let us dream audaciously. Let us envision a future where our excellence is not the exception, but the rule. A future where every one of our children knows their worth, every one of our voices gets heard, and every community that we have across these United States of America thrives. We must recommit ourselves to the work of liberation, not only for ourselves, but for all who yearn to breathe free. So tonight, as we light the Kanara and reflect on Kujijangalia self-determination, let us remember that that flame that we're going to light, that flame burns not only for those who came before us, but it burns also for us, and it burns for those yet to come. We are the bridge builders. We are the bridge itself between the past and the future. We are the strength. And so, with that strength and our determination, we must define the world that our children are going to inherit. So the road ahead is long, but we are resilient. We are resourceful. We are resolute. So together, let's walk with purpose. Let's work with pride and with the unshakable belief that we are the authors of our destiny. And I would like to end with the 8 principles that we work with our young ones in my Rites of Passage program, that these cardinal principles must be our North Star. We must have love for self and others. We must honor all that God has made. Strength to soar above distractions. Wisdom to know what is right. Courage to stand up for what is right. Strength to soar above distractions. Patience to take your turn, and pride in who we are. Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh man, that that was big. That was overwhelming right now. I don't even know what to say. So Ashe, Ashe. Thank you, thank you, thank you, brother. Thank you for that. Okay, so this is our man. That was that was so powerful, my brother. I just want to say that again. But yeah, this is the time we're gonna take to recognize. So please, if you have your Kanaras ready, I'm gonna set up ours, and if you want to have your lighter or how you light your flame, please grab those materials now. And then I would like to also just warm us up to speak, because after this, we want to talk and have a discussion. We got a discussion question to talk about. So yeah, let me get my things ready while you guys are getting your thing. You might be already ready. Let me. All right. Let's see if I can. There we go. All right. Sorry about the wait. Apologies, family moved my lighter, so I couldn't light things. All right. But here we go. Welcome, welcome. Everybody, thumbs up in the chat. Are you guys ready to go? Perfect. So we have our Kanara, and if you have it ready, I just wanted to recognize some of the emblems together. Last night we lit the middle candle, the black candle, which represented unity. And without unity, none of the other candles could sit. But we're going to recognize by burning the candle to the left, which is going to be our self-determination, which is Kujijangalia. So go ahead and take your lighter. I do not have my lighter right now. So if anybody else wants to show on their screen them actually lighting it, go ahead. Go ahead. There's always something wrong, but at least yes, go ahead, and we're gonna light the unity candle. Please go ahead and do that together. If I could somehow find my little lighter, I'll just join you guys. It's like that. Well, hey, that's just how it goes some days. I will be able to see. Thank you. I appreciate that. I got kids in the house, and I guess we can't have dangerous things around. All right. So, yeah, so go ahead. We're lighting it, and I'm doing it in spirit with you guys, and we recognize this moment of Kujijangalia. All right. Thumbs up. Are we all good to go? Did everybody get to that point? And anybody want to share any words about this? Is it the importance of it for you? Yeah, any thankfulness even for what we just heard? And I'm gonna pull up on the screen some community, I guess, discussion question. There we go. Share.
But Brother
I will
Aaron,
say, I'm sorry, I will say the message was very powerful. Thank you so much for speaking. I feel encouraged. For a while, I haven't felt as encouraged, but those words that you shared with us are so inspiring and very soulful. So I want to say thank you again, my brother, for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Definitely want to echo that, my brother. So many moments in that speech, it hit hard personally, and then it also just challenged me as a person. So uh, thank you. All right, so Kujijangalia is a deeply inspired by the concept of, and this was said in the speech, but deeply inspired by the concept of Ubuntu, which most of us all know is a South African philosophy emphasizing the interconnectedness and that idea that I am because we are. And there's nothing wrong with paying attention to the I, because um, when we grow and create the I, we are, I guess, connected to the all of who we are. So that's why it's important for us to all embrace this self-determination. And I'm gonna read this last practice. Um, in this practice of Kujijangalia, naming is actually very significant. Choosing names with intention and meaning is seen as a powerful way to assert our true identity and honor heritage. So just in that thought, there's a couple, ooh, I try to do a little discuss. There you go. There's two questions that I wanted to ask the community as part of doing this kind of this I guess this Kujijangalia work, or this self and community work, because it's not supposed to be just a ritual that we do, but actually us really going in and doing work. And part of this of self-determination, I got these two questions to kind of spark it. So actually, somebody read last time, and anybody feel like they can help me out? And I've been talking a lot. Just there's two questions. I don't know if is it readable for you guys. Can you see the questions on the bottom? Anybody want to? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Imagine you're designing a self-determination superhero. What would their powers be, and how would they use them to uplift the community? Or if you could choose one song that perfectly captures your sense of identity and purpose, what would it be and why?
And it could be any song that just hits you. It don't have to be like your perfect theme song. But yeah, if anybody has,
I got one.
okay.
All right. So first of all, Brother Chike, the griot of the community, thank you. Um, you know it. You are the griot of the community. If no one's ever called you that, I coined it right now. And I didn't just come up with that today. I've been calling you that for a long time now. So thank you. And his your words made me really think about our ancestors. So my superhero would have tattoos of his ancestors all over his body, and wearing some type of ancestral garment that with juju bags of his ancestors' ashes, and just a crown. You have a huge headdress that represents the tribes of all the tribes that he has come from, and that and I just really appreciate your words, Chike, about our ancestors. I've been thinking about this today, about me, what's my determination, but um, when my daughter asked me, so why are you doing this? I didn't have an answer, actually, because why am I motivated? And now I think you gave me my answer. Like what drives me? It's to make my ancestors proud. It's to make my community proud, and 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 that is part of my Kuji Chagalia. That is my self determination, right? Is to do it for my community and for those who come before me. So thank you.
That's dope. So, hey, brother, what were the powers, and then how were you use them to uplift the
Oh, he would
community?
invoke the spirits. He would invoke the spirit on you like with some magical words and prayer, and he
Mm,
would
mm,
and he would give happiness.
wow.
Like his spell is to give happiness and
Mm,
joy and inner peace.
mm.
There
I
it is.
love that. I love that. Much respect, joy, and inner peace to the community. Definitely needed. All right, beautiful answer, my brother. All right, I love that. Is there anyone else that one of the questions maybe felt led to maybe answer one of them? Mm.
I will speak. My brother just gave Brother Chike the title of griot, which is most appropriate. Um, I will invoke the Swahili word mzee, MZE, which means respected elder.
Mm, mm,
Because though he is a couple of years younger than me, he is definitely a respected elder, one who speaks truth, one who embodies Kujichagulia, through his Santa Clara County, Silicon Valley African Film Festival, through his teaching of youth, through his drumming, through his whole being, through his modeling, he embodies Kujichagulia. I'll respond to the first question. Um, and Brother Aaron, you will laugh when I give you the first quality
okay.
of of this superhero. I would say that superhero, first and foremost, would be a brother that or sister that embodies fearless love
Mm,
and fearless teaching abilities. Um, as Brother Chike does do, Kuji Chagalia involves self determination, my determination, but I don't get there by myself.
mm,
I don't get there alone. Someone has taught me some things. Someone has challenged me in the way I live, in the way I conduct my life, and I dare say that someone or someone's who taught me being fearless, being loving, being concerned about my future and the future of my family. So
mm.
I'll leave it right there.
Oh, that awesome. Mo, yeah. All right, that was nice, man. No laughter there, man. That's it. That's definitely a serious superhero there, power that that we need. So thank you for sharing that, Elder. Thank you. Okay, I definitely want to open the floor, and this is for all of us. I mean, I think these are very light questions, but they're questions that really show what do we need in our community. And yeah, if anybody feels led to answer one of those two questions, there.
Uh,
You ready, sis? Go ahead. You went off. If you're talking, you went off mute. Oops, let me.
I saw someone else unmute and I went.
Oh,
Oh, that was me. I was just gonna say, Stevie Wonder's loves in need of love today.
mm,
It's always empowering to hear that song, and the realization of the message is always a good one. All right, sis.
Thank, thank you, McTate. It's hard to choose just one. I was gonna
hey,
select
answer
a
them
couple
all. Go
of
ahead.
them.
Go ahead.
But I do want to first give honor to Brother Aaron and the African Ancestry Museum for hosting this, Brother Chike for being our speaker tonight, and my big sister, Vieira Y, who told me about this. That's why I was able to log on this evening.
Mm,
I'm a part of Tabia African American Theater Ensemble, and Tabia means talented. So,
mm,
as someone who is in the performing arts, I definitely want to answer question 2, which is choosing a song. And so The one that I narrowed it down to for my own personal identity and purpose is taken from a musical called Ragtime. And the
Okay.
song is called Make Them Hear You.
Okay.
So if you will permit me, I'm not going to sing the whole thing, but I'm going to sing a little bit of it.
Sang that. Sang it.
Um,
Sang.
just a little bit of it because it speaks to me, and I think it would also speak to self-determination. So go out and tell our story, let it echo far and wide, make them hear you, make them hear you. Now this is the part that really speaks to me. Your sword can be a sermon or the power of the pen. Teach every child to raise their voice, and then, my brothers, then will justice be demanded by 10 million righteous men. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. Challenge you to look up the song. It's called Make Them Hear You. It's from the musical Ragtime. And
Wow.
it's for our people. Amen. Ashe.
Yep. They will hear us. Thank you, Ashe, sister. We needed that. We needed that. That's awesome. All right. Yeah, I want to keep opening the floor. And I just want to echo on that. Part of this Kujijangalia, what I was reading and researching, and this is my first time kind of flowing through this, is that the principle of creativity is so much needed in this principle. On the screen it just says the practice is naming significant things. We need to be creative in naming who we are, and not listening like to what I hear like Brother Chike was talking about, and not listening to the overwhelming narrative of who we are. So thank you, Mom, for that song. It's just the creativity in that just identifies purpose. So I just want to recognize that. If anybody else has some words for one of these two questions, I definitely want to keep the open floor. There's somebody else just coming in the room now. So yeah, unmute yourself if you feel it. If you
Yeah, let me jump in there.
Okay.
With respect to this song. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. There's yeah, okay. So let me phrase this in a way that the song lift every voice and sing. I always make my students not just sing it, but read it and read every line. And I will also encourage us to, even as adults, to take a moment and read those words line by line and literally unpack each word, each line. And I would like to draw attention to the last stanza of that poem and that song. There is an interesting space in the last stanza where there is a warning to us. That stanza starts with God of our weary years, God of our silent tears. It says, thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light. And then the prayer, keep us forever in the path, we pray. Now here is the warning, and oftentimes we miss it, and I would challenge us to meditate on the next two lines, because that is a problem that we must confront. It says, lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee. And then here is the kicker. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Why do I point to that? Because if you look at our journey, both on the African continent and in the African diaspora, the journey to liberation, the freedom fighting, the civil rights movement, the struggle for independence, something happened, brothers and sisters, that oftentimes when we gained certain things, we thought the war was over. We celebrated the gains, but then what did we do? We literally became pseudo-colonialists. We left the Black neighborhoods into the white neighborhoods because there was integration. We started enjoying the spoils of battle. We started getting drunk with the wine of the world, and we forgot the actual struggle itself was still on. And so we live in the suburbs and the big houses and the big homes, and we feel that we have made it. And we forget that in the spirit of Ubuntu, you cannot be unless we are. And so these two lines in this amazing song, we must make space to reflect on them and ask ourselves where our heart lies. How drunk have we gotten with the wine of the world that we've forgotten where we met God, to whom we prayed to keep us in the path?
Mm.
Because we get the big jobs, the big paychecks, we build houses or buy homes, and it is us, and it's me, 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 me. That is the getting drunk with the wine of the world. That is forgetting the responsibility that we carry, that we must lift each other up. We forget the underlying Ubuntu philosophy. We forget the fact, as we say, that if you want to go fast, you go alone. So we are going fast. But Kujijangalia is a journey, is a marathon, is not a sprint. And so if we want to go far, we must go together. So I just wanted to, I meditate on this song every time. And when I'm with young people and old, I say, yeah, let's sing it, that's fine, but let's read it. And let's actually engage in a conversation, stanza by stanza, word for word. And I will encourage us to try and do that. It can open some windows that you wouldn't believe is sitting right there in front of us. All right, let me shut up. Thank you.
No, thank you, brother. Like everyone's echoing, that griot message is definitely prevalent, and that's why I love what you when you spoke earlier, how you hearkened. It was not about success being this state of being, or of getting there. It was about the journey. And yeah, and I think what we're doing today is part of that journey, the work of really using creativity, using these principles of self-determination in our lives, and as a community. So thank you, my brother. This definitely powerful, powerful words. We do have a few more minutes, so if there's any more people that are on the line that want to, I did remove the question that's on the screen. I could put the question back, but if anybody wanted to also answer for themselves, please, you could do that now and mute yourself. Okay, all right. Yeah. What's the question? Let me share my screen real quick, and I just put it back up there. There's two questions actually, and one was about superhero. Or let me show it first before I even say it. Start broadcast. Sorry, I'm not on a computer. I'm on a tablet. A little bit harder to share, but I'm gonna do it. Boom. All right, here we go. Hopefully, thumbs up. Can you see the screen? All right, cool.
Yes.
All right. So these are the two questions that we posed. Imagine you're designing a self-determination superhero. What would their powers be? How would they use them to uplift the community? Or if you could choose a song that would perfectly capture your sense of identity and purpose, what would it be, and why?
You know, brother, I have to say, I'm actually shocked that you bring it up superhero, because from our training about the storytelling, brother specifically said,
Yeah.
the dangers of using superheroes within the Black narrative.
You're right. You're right.
I would have to say that one of the things that I try to embrace is that, We are all extraordinary human beings capable of extraordinary things. We're all super in our own right. A lot of times we have to figure out what our talent is and where we are super to be able to do those extraordinary things. But as to say, for me, I guess the songs that come to mind for me may not be something you would think of, but there's a J. Cole verse that says, if you believe in God, one thing's for sure. If you don't aim too high, then you've aimed too low. And, many times I feel like we have a really small God in a lot of our minds, and we don't realize it. We have a God that created a universe but can't solve racism, can't solve economic oppression, patriarchy, capitalism, has no plan. And so we're just praying and hoping passively and wishfully, instead of that there's a God so mighty and strong and gigantic that it can communicate the steps we need to take in our lives in order to bring about the change that we're hoping for our community. And I believe that our dreams and our aspirations for ourselves, for our families, for our communities should be so big that reflect a big God, that reflect a God so big that our reflection of it should be so massive that, as the biblical verse says, greater than these things you will do because of the Spirit at work in you. Well, if I'm called and told that I am going to do greater, then do I really believe I'm going to do greater through my actions, through my lifestyle? Or do I say things like, well, you just got to do what you got to do. Man, you just got to, it's just the way it is. That doesn't sound like language that reflects a big God, that reflects a big perception of ourselves in this world. And so for me, like that verse, for me, it's like, that's the one I hold close. Like I find that verse sacred. If you believe in God, one thing's for sure. If you ain't aiming too high, that means where everyone else thinks, even you think, man, that's probably a little bit, I'm supposed to be past that point. When I start doubting it, I should be a little bit past that. When I think it's impossible, I should be past that. If my God is as big as I think it is, if Most High is really the Most High, or do I really just think the Most High is, it's high, but really it's the president, or really it's a military, or really it's the CIA, or my job, or my bills, and we don't really aim high enough, that forces everything else to come into alignment with a big God. And so I think for me, that's that verse, that line comes to mind and rings in my ears all the time. Am I really living a life that reflects that I believe in a really big God? So yeah, I'll leave it there.
No, thank you, my brother. And as much as that those are powerful words too, but I you challenged me, my brother. So I wanted just to say some words. So yeah, by an elder, I was told not to use this word superhero. And the reason I understood that to be was because sometimes we put our ancestors on pedestals that, even though what they did was great, and what their story was embodying self-determination at its greatest, they're not a superhero to the fact that we can't be just as powerful. So yeah, my brother, I want to say this question was asked more of a question to be creative in yourself, to kind of create a superhero that could do amazing things in your community, but to be something that you can do yourself. So, no, okay. So personally, let me just answer this question. And if anybody else would speak before we dismiss or call it for today, I just want to, so if I were to answer um, um, question one, my self-determination superhero, not someone, I don't want to say superhero in the fact that I can't be this, but superhero in the fact that I would want to spread more self-determination to our community. Someone that could encourage, someone who could share a word of motivation, inspiration, to be a self-determinate person themselves, and especially in this world that I think makes us rely on others and rely on the system itself to succeed. We can do this with determination. You can do this. Whatever dream that you're trying to dream or do, you can do it. And I would want to be that kind of superhero that could do that for others. So I'm not sure what that superhero looks like, but that's what their powers would be and how they would use it. All right. So that's my answer to that question. We do have a slight few minutes. We said we're gonna go to 8. So if there's anybody else that wants to share one last word, I do have some words to close, but yeah, I want to open it up one last time. Everybody want to share out? I know there's some last people in the room.
I have a stanza from a song.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Let's
Old Negro spiritual. The song goes, I feel like going on. I feel like going on. Though trials come on every hand, I feel like going on. It goes further than that, but I will leave it right there. I'm not quitting. I'm not giving up. I am moving forward for myself, for my family, for my people.
Awesome. Much respect. Awesome, awesome, my brother. And now I'm gonna go to my last little slide here.
Well,
Go ahead.
hi,
Okay.
Aaron. It's Viera. So I
Hey,
came
my.
very,
Hey.
very late, but I wanted to just say hello. Greetings to everyone. I think this is awesome. The little bit I heard. So yeah, I just hoping and wanting us to do more in the community and be united with each other and real be honest and open with each other about what we need to do. So anyway, and one of the songs that came to mind when you mentioned that, I just saw the question, was Everything Must Change. It's one of
Okay.
my favorites. The Quincy Jones version, there's several, but it's just
Yeah.
powerful and simply says, nothing stays the same, right? When the young become the old. So anyway, and we know that and how we adapt to that and move forward and change.
Powerful, powerful. Thank you, Ma. Thank you for sharing that. I'm gonna listen to that actually when we done. Okay. Does it? And thank you for that. Anybody else want to share out some few words? I'm just gonna few. All right, then this was a powerful meeting, and this is being recorded, and I'm gonna have this on playback, and definitely if you missed some, this definitely was definitely worth it to start this one from the beginning and listen to. But just how can we support? Just first and foremost, doing what we're doing right now with others, with your family, with your extended family. How do we embody self-determination, Kujijangalia, and how can we motivate our families to embrace that? So do the work at home. Of course, donating, there is a QR code which leads to a place to donate. Definitely want to put that for what we're doing for the African Ancestry Museum. But also, if you would like to be, I guess, incorporated in the actions that we do, we're doing a community cataloging day. We want to ask for volunteers. If you're in the Silicon Valley area, I know there's people from all over on this call. Also, even if you're not in this area, in February, we have a workshop where we do dive into these practices of practicing these principles. So please, we'll look out for the next event that we got in February. Also, tell a friend, share on social media for tomorrow. We want the more the better, so we can really dive in as a community. And that's all my words that I had to say for this evening. This was a great talk. And if there's last words of thankfulness or thank you, I just want to say Habari Ghani and peace and blessings to everybody. All right.
Thank you, Aaron. Peace, everyone.
Peace,
Thank you,
peace,
thank you,
peace.
thank you. It was an honor
you.
to
Good
be
night.
asked.
Thank you. Good night.
All right. Good night. Good night, y'all. Thank you. Thank you. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Peace and blessings.
Peace. And-
Blessings to all.
Hi, Sister Vera. How are you? Good night.
Hey.
Peace,
All right.
Yeah, I'm good. Good to see you.
Good.
I'm sorry I missed your talk. I'll have
It's
to
all
watch
right.
the recording. I know there was lots of nuggets there.
Oh, more than nuggets.
Oh.
More than nuggets.
Okay. All right. Are you in the country?
Yes,
This country?
yeah. I just got back 2 weeks ago from Nairobi, so I'm
Oh, cool.
till
Great.
next year, maybe
Yeah, I
January or
want to
so.
ride in your suitcase one time, Chica.
Which is right around the corner, right here.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Okay.
All right,
Bye.
blessings.
Take care.
Bye.
Happy holiday.